Okay, so we are already live. Very good morning, America. Good evening, India. This is Shan Shankaran, founding volunteer of Bharat Ki Awaaz, General Secretary, Indian Overseas Congress. Today I am with Sam Pitroda and a bunch of great eminent personalities who want to speak about Gandhi and who are following Gandhi and who are Gandhians. So, without much ado, I'll give the mic to Sam Pitroda. Many of them have worked with Sam for long, and I'll let Sam give a context of how Gandhi is relevant even for modern times, even after 155 years of existence, as a concept, as a philosophy. We'll go around the table. Today, it's going to be a very, very interesting discussion because all of them are following Gandhi in very different aspects in their life, and we are going to get very diverse experience from their life. Go ahead, Sam. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Greetings from Chicago. It is indeed a special privilege and honor for me today to have my colleagues, whom I have known for many years, join me on this topic of Gandhi at 155. This October 2nd was the 155th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, and it is time to reflect on Gandhiji's legacy and what's happening in the world. Gandhi means different things to different people. To some, he was father of the nation, leader, fakir, phenomena, idea, concept, decolonizer of the world. He was a very simple man, wore no uniform, had no armies under his control, had no government positions. But to me, he was the man of the century. Whenever I get into any difficulty in my own personal life, I think of Gandhi. And I say to myself, how would Gandhi look at it? And then everything becomes very simple to me. I was born in 1942 in British Raj, went to Gandhian school, had Gujarati parents who believed in Gandhi. So Gandhi has been a part of my life, even though I am so called a man of science, modern man. I lived my life with Gandhian ideas. And once again, it means different things to different people. To me, Gandhi works at three levels. First level is the personal level. And at that level, Gandhi is all about truth, trust, love, simplicity, and sacrifice. To me, these five things to start with in your action, in your day to day life, gives you direction on Gandhian path to lead your life. Then comes the Gandhiji's platform. To me, Gandhiji's platform is all about democracy, inclusion, diversity, freedom, justice. And then comes Gandhi's view on the planet. And there it is all about environment, sustainability, conservation, decentralization, people's participation. So I look at Gandhi in these three different layers. To me, Gandhi is all about practicing Gandhian ideas. It is not about once a year going to Rajghat and delivering flowers and then come back and lie through your teeth or cheat or divide societies or be vindictive. Gandhi is all about love, unconditional love for everybody. Gandhi is all about how you treat your servants and drivers and colleagues and associates and people on the street. And Gandhi is a way of life. Unfortunately, today, Gandhi is forgotten. You look at what is going on in Gaza, Ukraine, Somalia, everywhere, Gandhi and Gandhian ideas are violated. People are more concerned about power and profit. People don't pay attention to planet and people. And Gandhiji was all about planet and people.
ठीक है,
I
जरा एक
believe,
कॉन्फ्रेंस है.
I believe after 1942, when world was designed to give birth to UN, World Bank, IMF, and all that, if people had paid attention to Gandhiji and his ideas, we would have inclusive democracy. We would have basic human needs met. We would have focused on sustainability, non-violence. Unfortunately, world has gone in wrong direction. Income inequality is really driving our world today. We have still not solved the problems related to hunger, basic human needs, peace, and prosperity for all. Gandhiji is more relevant today, and I keep saying that again and again, than ever before. But how do you make it relevant if our leaders all over the world are so selfish, are so petty, and they don't look at larger cause? Gandhi would be more relevant today because of the information society. He was open, accessible, connected, networked. He believed in democratization. He believed in decentralization. And everything we see today in information technology is all about Gandhian. But the bad elements have misused this, and social media now today has become a weapon. It has become a weapon to hurt our children, hurt our politics, change our mindset, promote misinformation and gossip, and in the process, we have lost the real benefit. Gandhi was not about command and control. Gandhi was about collaboration, cooperation, co creation, compassion. Where did all these things go? He was a great communicator who lived very simple life. He could pick up a pinch of salt and galvanize millions. He had no PR company. He had no sort of group of people advising him. All of it came from within. So to me, Gandhi is all about putting Gandhi inside. Inside each one of us, we need Gandhi in our daily behavior, in our daily interactions. I've seen many Gandhians who get so angry. And I look at them and I said, this is not Gandhian. So at times we lose track of real Gandhian way of living. Today, I urge all of us to really at least change ourselves. We can't change everybody. But if we can change our and our relatives and our friends, hopefully it will catch on. It is time to bring Gandhi alive globally. It is time to make sure that Gandhi doesn't only live in India, but Gandhi lives in the hearts and minds of mainly Western world, because they are controlling the destiny of this world. And they have basically focused on power and profit. Until they focus on people and planet, it is going to be very difficult journey ahead. I worry about the world. I worry about future of our children and grandchildren, because we live in a violent world. We live in a selfish world. We live in a world that's going to be too competitive. We can turn it around. There are lots of people in India, like our colleagues today on the screen, who are not only capable, but they've spent their lifetime studying Gandhi, understanding Gandhi. They are much more knowledgeable than I could ever be in my lifetime. So I'm delighted to have these friends. I want them to say a few words, but I would request Sean and the group to bring each one of these individually, one by one, to continue the series on Gandhi because they have a lot to say. They have lifetime of experience of their own. They each bring in different angle, different perspective, different advice. And I don't want them to just have 5 minutes or 3 minutes to talk. But today is basically introduction to them. It is good that we have all of them on this platform. But let's promise that each one will come again and they will have the entire hour.
Sure, sir.
I also want to listen to them.
Sounds good, sir.
I need to learn from them as well. So, with this, I want to stop here. Welcome all our guests. Delighted that they could come and join us. There are too many good people on this short time, and I hope we can do justice. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Let's start
It,
with
it was a great introduction. Without much ado, I'll start with CB Joseph. CB Joseph, I think you are heading a very important institution in Gandhi. So maybe I want to you to explain what role you play and what does your institution do, and also kind of tell answer for us if possible that how whether Gandhi is still relevant for our current times. So go ahead.
but remember, you are coming back for a longer
Yes,
time. Okay. Thank you.
thank you, Shan Shankaran and Sam Pittaraji. It's a great opportunity for me to address in this August audience. At present, I am connected to Sevagram Ashram Pradhishthan, Wardha, Maharashtra, India, and everybody is familiar with the ashram established by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi in the year 1936. It is a small village and still continues to remain that heritage, upkeeping the Sevagram ashram as of the days of Gandhi. At present, I am heading the Library and Research Center for Gandhian Studies of Sevagram Ashram Pradhishthan. Friends, one of the reasons I think I have been invited is the unique program which we are organizing, the International Fellowship Program on Nonviolence and Peace. And this program itself shows how Gandhi is relevant all over the globe. This is the third edition of the International Fellowship Program on Peace and Nonviolence. And we normally announce it on International Day of Peace, and we start our program on October 2nd. This year too, the response was enormous. We are looking only for 20 to 30 participants at the maximum. And we got in a short span lot of participants from different parts of the globe, representing around 15 countries which are having troubled times. In our partners, we have Gandhi International France, Academic University College for Nonviolence and Human Rights Lebanon. We have International Center of Nonviolence, Durban University of Technology, Mahatma Gandhi Mission University, And also in pipeline, some of the universities in America, they are joining us at the individual level, and in short time, we will be finalizing that collaboration. I consider it's a great opportunity. I was looking at the theme Gandhi 155. See, I was born 100 years after Gandhi was born. As compared to all dignitaries sitting here, I do not know whether I am qualified to speak on this subject. This invitation, what appealed to me is that my life is message. My life is my message. That was the closing one. I will say only a person like Gandhi could say, my life is my message. It is a message for the posterity. Gandhi had a holistic way of life. He has not compartmentalized life into economics, politics, sociology, and so on. His approach to life was holistic, and his worldview was relational, and it is based on the interconnectedness of all humanity. If you are looking at the present scenario, in the August I was in Bangalore. One of the main discussion was about the relevance of Gandhi in the democracy. See, I have quoted Ramin Jahanbeglu, who was with us in the last fellowship program as the person who inaugurated it. See, he stated that he's described Gandhi as one of the non-Western theorists of democracy who made substantial contribution in the field of democracy. But at the same time, he admitted the fact that, like nonviolence and peace, it has not become a synonym in the name of Gandhi in the case. Gandhi has captured the attention of the whole world. If you are looking at the names of Nobel Prize laureates, many of them acknowledge Gandhi. In the field of peace and nonviolence, for example, Johann Galtung, who passed away recently, he was very much influenced by Gandhi's ideas. Johann Galtung's ideas of structural violence and cultural violence were influenced by Gandhi. And it is a great opportunity for us to look at Gandhi from different dimensions. For example, noted environmentalist who coined the concept deep ecology, Arne Nass, and she acknowledged the influence of Gandhi. If we are looking at the concept of the sustainable development, Gandhi has not used the word sustainable development, but in the whole discourse of sustainable development, the name of Gandhi is coming. Gandhi, you see, one of the issues which we were discussing, whether we were discussing about the development, the two sessions which we had in the fellowship program, I was discussing about how the origin of development in the mainstream economics. But when the discussion in the first very day, the discussion was centered around Gandhi. It is to be noted that these were the people who were not influenced by Gandhi. The whole humanity is looking upon Gandhi as an alternative. I think as I have other meetings, I will stop here, and we'll have more discussion on this theme. And I wish you all the best on the occasion of the 150th anniversary of Gandhi's birth. And Gandhi's birth is the International Non-Violence Day. That means Gandhi has become a synonym of peace and non-violence. Thanks once again. We will have more discussions and dialogues later. Having for this opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, Sibi. Since you are busy, in case if you want to get dropped, feel free. Sam, you have any passing thoughts for Sibi? Sam, you are on mute, Sam.
I said we will have him back at the right time. again. So delighted to have him with us now, and wish you all the best, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you, CB. So, in case you have some time, you can continue hang on. Otherwise, feel free. No issues. I'll,
Thank you.
I would like to say
sure.
one comment on what Sam Pitroda said. See, in my mother tongue, there is a quote that is a couplet. The couplet is like that: Gandhi ki Gandhi e Shishin. That means the disciple of Gandhi is Gandhi himself. ഗാന്ധി ശിഷ്യർക്ക് ലോകത്തിലെല്ലാവരും ശിഷ്യരായി തീരണം. The disciples of Gandhi want the whole world to be their disciple. Then the next word is താനൊഴിച്ചെല്ലാരും ഗാന്ധിയായി തീരണം. Except me, everyone should become Gandhi. This is from Kunjini Marsh, Kunjini Master. He was a great poet who is no more in our students' days. These words very much influenced us. When Dr. Sam Pitroda was referring to Gandhi, Gandhi in us and Gandhians, we are looking for somebody else to see Gandhi. We don't want Gandhi to be born in our family. We want Gandhi, and we want everybody to become Gandhi, but not. What appealed to me from Sam Pitroda was that, you see, the Gandhi in us, that makes the whole difference. Thanks once again. Let me stop here.
Thank you, CB. I think that is a very big thing. So, becoming Gandhi, everybody should like becoming Buddha. So, I think the Buddha is inside us, is what they teach in Buddhism. So, I think Gandhi is within us. Just we need to discover that. So, I always, even though I have a great respect for Gandhi and ideals, I don't know whether I can go there or get there. But I think it's about a process evolution, as you correctly say. Even youths like
At least
me
in a
should
small
continue.
way, Shan Shankaran.
Yeah.
In a small way, with a small
Simple.
beginning.
Shan, it's very simple.
Yes,
Do 5 things.
yes,
Always stick to truth. Always trust other human being. Always love everybody, everything, everyone around you. Then make sure that you sacrifice for others and live a very simple life.
Sure.
that's
It doesn't
true.
mean you got to wear dhoti.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
We can adopt all this fighting even today's time. It's not a
Just
very
do 5. But
Yeah.
I know people don't treat other people properly.
Hmm.
That's the fundamental problem I have. Immediately we make judgment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we become enemy. We start criticizing somebody. Don't do that. They are all good. They all
true.
mean well in their own way. Love everybody, including your enemy. Takes time. Believe me, it's not easy. People say it, but when it comes to them, they don't follow. You know?
I fall in love with Shan when he called me this morning. It was so tempting. And
Yeah,
no,
sure.
I was the way in which he spoke showed the spirit of Gandhi in him.
Exactly.
That is why I agree.
So we need more and more of these values. Anyway, let's move on. Thank you.
Thank you, CB.
Anamik, bye.
Anamik, so you can unmute yourself, Anamik. Anamik, you are on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we can hear you, sir.
So, Sam, you want me to continue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What
Okay.
We
Gandhi
haven't even
means to
started
you?
yet.
Yeah, what Gandhi means to you for current days, youths like us? How he is relevant even after 155 years of coming into this world?
In fact, I will show you a book. This is the book which was published as a special issue
Okay.
of Association of Indian Universities, comprising of more than 1,000 universities and 10 to 15,000 colleges.
Okay.
So when I was in Gujarat Vidyapit, we invited people like Mashelkar, Anil Gupta, Sudarshan Bhai, Mandaben, and many others from all India. And the entire discussion was around Gandhi's vision for sustainable development.
Okay.
Almost 5 years has gone, and we know that situation in India and the entire world is totally changed. We have wars in overseas various places. Similarly, we have several problems in Manipur. One of our group is working in Kashmir since last 6 years in the border districts. 60 people, youth from Gujarat is going regularly to have a connectivity and Mohabbat ke Pegam with the bordering youth. Similarly, the same group has, under leadership of one of our youth leader, who is training youth in Gujarat in a very different kind of the perception. They have worked 2 to 3 months in the both Kuka and Maiti in Manipur with students, with the people who are staying in the relief camp, with the aged people, and this riot torn area. And feedback has come in 55 pages. I will share with you what they have done and what is the real situation in this thing.
Sure. Animisha, I have
In
one specific question, which is like, how is Gandhi relevant? If you allow me, so that I'll try to take the response of everybody, from Anand Kumarji,
Yeah.
Balasubramaniam, and
So, what I mean to say, from Kashmir to Manipur, Gandhi is relevant. The call which was given with the title, "Shall we go Manipur, Bapu?" Just as Bapu has gone to Noakhali during his last days, similarly, it was the duty of every citizen,
okay,
those who have some pain regarding the issues, current issues, they should go. So that is the how Gandhi is going further with different group, without any labeling of Gandhi, without any branding of Gandhi. They are working in the Gandhian way for peace, for non-violence, for love, for compassion. And I think that there are so many groups which are working here.
sure,
The second important thing is that in last few decades, my observation is that the Gandhi without satyagraha is acceptable to all. Within the Gandhian fold, within the non-Gandhian fold, with the government, with the bureaucracy, they like Gandhi, but Gandhi minus satyagraha, so that the people's movement cannot take place in right direction for truth, for non-violence, for injustice, for democracy, for constitution, for violation of human rights. And this is the situation which is prevailing. It is in the academia equally that the number of universities which were run by government fund and number of universities now running by the private funds. So the student leadership which were in earlier days, we were in Jai Prakash movement, we were in Navniman movement, we were in other movement where we are fighting with the spirit. Now that spirit you can't see, and new leadership has not come up. And that is the big issue and challenge, that how to carry forward the message of Gandhi to the youth, to the masses, because the problems of poverty, unemployment, injustice, democracy, and constitutional values, and the pillars of democracy and constitution, they are zero paradise. So this is how what I feel, that small groups which are working within the level of Gandhi or with the level of Gandhi, doesn't matter. Let them unite, let them combine, and let us go for the programs. For example, in last 2 years, we have taken few programs with the youth in small numbers, 25, 50, 100 college students who have been given few books and understanding of Gandhi. As far as what introductory things Sam has given us and what CB has followed, I think that the revival of certain old texts are very, very important for all who are working in different area and different places. And some books are so undermined and it is not given a proper perspective all these years.
Sure.
The two books which I am suggesting is Why Village Movement, which is written by our economist, great Gandhian economist Kumarappa. And the second book is Economy of Permanence, Thai Samaj Vyavastha. Both are very much relevant, looking to the all SDG goals and etc., what United States are saying.
Sure,
But
Anil.
we have to reinvent these writings, put it in the right perspective, in combination with a very wonderful document of 90 pages,
Okay.
which is very relevant as Rural Economic Zone,
Thank you.
written by Karuna Karan. It is available on net also.
Sure, Anil.
So,
We
if
will.
we go for such kind of activities in small groups
Yep.
or in the online programs, I
Yes.
think that we can increase our numbers with
Sounds good.
the right kind of thought process.
As Sam Pitroda ji said, we'll try to come back, following up with all of you, see how, explore how we can do special topics on Gandhi and how he is relevant. For now, if you permit me, I'll go around the table. I'll quickly ask
Anand
everybody
Kumar.
just to spend. Yeah, go ahead.
Anand Kumar is the next.
Yeah, Anand Kumar. Anand Kumar, why don't you go just to try to see if you can be brief how Gandhi is relevant for even today's time, 2024, even after 150 years of existence. If you can be brief
Thank
and can
you.
also tell about quickly what you also do, Anand Kumar ji, it will be great. Please.
Thank you, Shankaranji and Samji. It is very privileged opportunity that I am with Ramdat Tripathi ji, Anamik Shah ji, and Bal Subramanian ji. I have great joy in listening to someone as accomplished as Sri Sam Padroda because he is representing the best which is possible with modern society, science and technology. And he had access to policy making in the case of Government of India as well. So what you said in the beginning was very modest and very inviting for anybody. And I'm sure that Ramdat ji, Anamik ji, and Bal Subramanian ji will follow. I have a small problem. I was already committed to an online discussion on Bangladesh crisis. So I'll very quickly, in a few minutes, make my submission. In last few months, there have been many opportunities to speak on Gandhi. And when they asked for a topic, I said, let us talk about sustainable development goals and the relevance of Gandhian way. Not Gandhiism, but Gandhian way. And Gandhian way is essentialized by many of us in many ways, including Samji this afternoon. And when you talk about these problems, which are 16 goals, and they include 17 goals as the international cooperation, you find that the modern alternatives have failed from the American economy to Soviet model. And there is need to review without being judgmental. Everybody is accepting that their way is not leading anywhere. We have hunger, we have illiteracy, we have inequality, we have injustices, and above all, we have social violence. And as you see, the United Nations is there, but wars are going on. There are big resource bases like IMF and World Bank, but the countries are failing, like Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, in meeting the challenges of our time. So that's one side of the story. On the other side, yesterday a child of 5 years old asked me, why was Gandhiji killed? That's again a big question for the new generation to recognize that Gandhi meant absolute commitment to certain values, even at the cost of your own life, which is not a very attractive proposition for anybody who wants to have a middle class life or a life with security and prosperity. So it will be very interesting to engage with Gandhi as he comes in our life as a way, as a path. It happened a few days ago that a few people, after getting exhausted by the indifference of the government of our country, decided to walk the Gandhian way. And it started from Ladakh, 150 men and women walking for 30 days and came to New Delhi. There the government did not know what to do with them. They were non-violent, they were spreading message of love and understanding, and they were saying that we want to follow the path of Gandhi. So they arrested them. When they were arrested, there was a lot of protests all over. People from Meda Patkar to many people decided to go on fast. And that made government so nervous that they allowed them to go to Gandhi Samadhi, and hopefully in a day or two they'll be meeting either the Home Minister or the Prime Minister or the President of India. So you see Gandhi emerging from unexpected corners, but we have to make a connect, a network. And that makes me attracted to your idea that let us meet, let us discuss, let us share in an open-minded manner. Because as soon as you say Gandhi, there are at least 4 or 5 adversaries of Gandhi. They take it as their moral duty to demolish Gandhi. First and foremost is this debate of violence and non-violence. They say that there is a one way of Bhagat Singh, the other way of Gandhi. Absolutely absurd. You cannot argue with them because they create a lot of noise. Similarly, there is another group which says that Gandhi was very anti-Hindu, and he decided to make Hinduism very amorphous, very unprincipled. He allowed so many things which were not acceptable, including tolerance of other religions, Sarva Dharma Sambhav. But that is the only solution for this world today, as Dalai Lama and many other people believe that we have become closer to each other. And how can we live with hatred and anger and distrust of so many millions of people following another religion? Similarly, there is a third group of people who does not believe that Gandhi was a friend of the untouchables. They say that Gandhi arm twisted Baba Sahib Ambedkar, otherwise we would have been liberated, emancipated. Most absurd proposition. But you see them also as a very attractive proposition, and they kind of create these barriers of understanding and barriers of cooperation. At the moment, it is very meaningful to engage at all the 3 levels. Sam Pitroda ji said about 3 levels of engaging with Gandhi: personal and social and global. There are also 3 dimensions. One is the young generation, which is going to set up the tone of the time, the line of the collective thinking. So younger people from 10 plus to above should be engaged in their own ways, not in our ways, their own ways. If they're interested in debate competition, if they're interested in essay competition, if they're interested in trips, let us go by their way. And as Anamit ji said, at the moment we have nearly 900 universities, 50,000 colleges, and there are many universities and colleges where there will be initiative, and there are centers for Gandhian studies, and they remain unutilized or directionless. Second, there are movements, like we have Sonam Wangchuk movement, Meda Patkar movement. There are many movements in substantial terms, and they have not been persuaded by the Gandhians to make it a Gandhian exercise, but they have found it by their own experience, their own experiments, that Gandhian way is the best way to generate support and reach closer to their goals. So the movements. And third, of course, policymakers. So why I'm attracted to your meeting this evening, Shyamji, because there was another group created by Sri Pitroda and Sri Ramda Tripathi a few weeks ago, Global Gandhi Network. But this group is related with a major political party of the country, a country which includes 1/6 of humanity. And if Congress party can get connected with Gandhi, there may be a competition with other parties also. And the parties which are at least part of India Alliance will think positively about Gandhian way, and that will make a big difference. So the political Gandhi is essentially meaningful for us. If Gandhi had not involved in politics, he would have been another Mahatma. another sadhu, another sant. But he was a leader of a new emerging nation because he also attended the challenges of politics. And that's where the bottom questions are there, the bottom line is there. I must tell you that all over the world, there are groups which are interested in exploring further the Gandhian way, whether it is Nepal or Bangladesh or Pakistan or Afghanistan or United States of America and Germany and Holland and France. So we have a big possibility, and I join you in this wholeheartedly. I'm very sorry that I have to address this group, which was a pre-organized program, but I promise you that as and when you inform, I join you in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Anand
you
Kumar.
very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate.
Thank you, sir. I'll go with Balasubramanian next. Balasubramanian, so you wrote an article about how Gandhi is even relevant, about one of the enterprise in Tamil Nadu, so how they have done even on a commercial enterprise, Dr. Arvind Aikar. So why don't you talk about it more, Balasubramanian, and also kind of some briefly how Gandhi is relevant?
In fact, actually, Gandhi, when we speak about Gandhi to the younger generation, most of them feel that he is some kind of a historic figure who's frozen in time and he is not relevant. But I feel that Gandhi is the most relevant. His principles are the most relevant to the today's world, especially for a country like India, where we have very high dense population and very per capita resources are low. So the example which I wrote about Arvind Aikar is one of the prime examples of how Gandhian principles can be applied even today's society and address today's problems. A quick brief about the organization. Arvind Aikar is one of the largest eye care groups in the world. They conduct close to 800,000 surgeries per year, and they do 30% of their surgeries are absolutely free. Around 30 to 40% of surgeries, they charge rupees 1,000. And the remaining 40-45%, they charge somewhere around 12,000 to 15,000 rupees, which is half of the market price. Now, this has been done in a way where the Arvind Eye Care is, the entire system is addressed around innovation and I would say accessibility to common people and high quality. The Arvind Eye Care's treatment, if you compare with the NHS of England, which is one of the one of the best quality medical care in the world, it is a little better in terms of quality parameters like number of complications and things like that. So here is a company, here is a group which is in a town called Madurai in Tamil Nadu, which offers the number of surgeries. Again, 800,000 is almost at par with England's kind of number, which is done, quality which is better than NHS, and it is operating with an EBITDA. When it comes to comparing or evaluating businesses, we evaluate the financial parameters called earnings before income tax, depreciation and amortization. This is the first level of profitability. The best of the healthcare private sector organizations in India, they report somewhere around 12 to 14% EBITDA. Arvind reports an EBITDA of 39%. This is basically the way the entire organization has been driven to create innovation so that the poor people, how do they do it? The poor people cannot come to the hospital. So they go to the poor people. They organize eye camps. You'll be surprised. All kinds of groups are involved, from Rotary clubs to, and Tamil Nadu, you are aware that Tamil Nadu is crazy about films. We have film fans clubs for MGR, Rajinikanth, Kamal Hassan. All kinds of groups are there. Caste groups are there, and high interest groups like Rotary clubs. All of them are approached to conduct free eye care camps. Arvind goes to those villages, conducts eye care camps, and then picks up people who require surgery, and then consolidates the number of patients to come to their hospital. Now, what happens is, in the principle, if you have seen, in what is called the assembly line manufacturing of car manufacturing, which is considered as an innovation in manufacturing processes, instead of one group working on one car, people are made to stand in an assembly line. As the car moves in, everybody fits a particular part of the car, and then eventually the car is manufactured. The manufacturing process is improved from somewhere around 11 to 12 hours of manufacturing a car. It improved to the levels of a car getting manufactured every 3 minutes. So that kind of a process they've applied in Arvind Eye Care. They brought consistently the planned eye camps throughout the rural areas, and then brought patients every day to that hospital. And then within that hospital, also they innovated one more time. For example, there is one surgeon, an expensive resource of the eye care. So what they have done is, instead of that surgeon operating only on one patient, they worked out a model wherein there are 3 beds were kept. So the movable eye care surgical equipments was brought in. So the preparation of the patient was done by a separate group. The operating doctor, once he operates, he does not wait for the next patient to be brought into the operating table. He moves to the next table, then he moves to the next table. That's the next level of innovation Arvind had conducted. The third most important innovation, they were importing the cataract lens. It was costing close to around $100, and even when the surgery went up, when they tried to negotiate with the supplier overseas, they were not willing to reduce the prices. Arvind went back to manufacturing the lens and at their own premises. They created one of the finest, I would say, state-of-art technological manufacturing facility, where the cost of lens came down from $100 to $2. All these innovations have led to per surgical cost coming down drastically. Today, Arvind does a number of surgeries, as I said, at par with NHS of England, and then the quality parameters are better than England, and at a cost of 1/100th of what NHS is spending on eye surgeries. That is a proof of Gandhian concept in business. I think Gandhi is far more relevant for Asian and African countries, or probably humanity, more than ever. I think a time has come where we have to package Gandhi in a very innovative, in a scientific manner. So when Sam said, I'm a man of science, I think I personally beg to add that point. Gandhi was a man of science. He was running everything behind with the logic. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. That's a
Thank
very
you.
phenomenal thing, Bala. So I think people try to compartmentalize folks. For example, three of the people I have emulated or wanting to keep as role model is Gandhi, Periyar, and Ambedkar. People try to compartmentalize all of these big reformers in different buckets and try to narrow down for youths like me to look up to. So I think they have a lot more to go discover, and I'm still discovering. I'll go to Ramdat Tiripati.
I'll just add only one point. Sorry.
Sure, sure, please.
When I was talking to a group of students, business school students, I was asking them which is the largest consumer product company in the country. So people came with answers: Britannia, Nestle, no, Unilever, and all that. I said no. The largest consumer product company in India is Amul, which is a Gandhian enterprise.
Awesome.
It's actually Gandhi is with us. Gandhi is around us. Gandhi is actually dominating us. Those are the principles which are unbelievably efficient. That is unsustainable. That, I think, is what we need to take it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think sustainable development goal, I think it might have morphed into different ways. The world is seeing Gandhian concepts. As Sam mentioned, United Nations might have borrowed all this Gandhian thinking and put it as SDG for the world, developing world. But yeah, it is still thriving and kicking ass. I'll go to Ramdat Tiripati. Ramdat, you can unmute yourself and would love to hear. I'm a big fan of your channel and a lot of your interactions with Sam. So go ahead, please.
Tripathi ji, welcome, Tripathi ji.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you, Shankaran. And it was very nice, and I think very encouraging to listen your speech and other speakers. They gave good examples. As far as I understand, Gandhi was very, very different from other leaders or revolutionaries, because he did not follow any particular leader like Marx or anybody or any book. Gandhi evolved his strategy and his steps, and as situations arose, when he was thrown out of the train and then was so much of humiliation, and then what did he do? He wrote a letter to a newspaper, and then he organized the community, and the tools he used were very time tested and universal tools. Nothing, if you say truth, non-violence, it is not his invention. That was already inbuilt in our psyche, in our society. But what has happened? the software got corrupted, the human software got corrupted, the society's vision got corrupted, and this greed of empire, building empire, is so much of inequality, so much of slavering human beings. So he responded to those situations. That is how he evolved. Every time he faced a situation, there was a problem. They imposed tax on salt. He evolved a method, broke the law, and he inspired billions of people, Indians everywhere. Everybody, every Indian sitting in front of his home was making salt just to challenge the state. So the Gandhi evolved a very, I think, such a method which the weakest person can adopt. That is why he adopted peaceful and non-violent way. So for example, his principle of trusteeship. Today, what we are facing, this capitalism collaborating with the state power, and they have just dictating all the, I think, societies and states, just to they want to capture certain big companies in collaboration with the state power, whether it is in America, whether it is in China, whether it is in Russia, or whether it is in India. So he gave us the idea of trusteeship. And from where did he get? From our Upanishad. Ishavash Upanishad hai. Whatever you use it in a very detached manner, very limited manner. So that is what sustainable development and the ownership, because the challenge is ownership. Who owns the assets and who owns the society's capital or whatever assets we have. So my understanding is that apart from freedom for India, Gandhi wanted to evolve a new software for human being all over the world, and at the same time he wanted to build a new society based on eternal values, nothing new, based on eternal values. You can call them Isha, Buddha, Gandhi, any, you can call, all preach those things. So what we need to do is we need to actually identify certain issues. We talk a lot about poverty, we talk a lot about violence, we talk a lot about unemployment, but we have to identify, like Gandhi did, whether it is salt issue, whether it's exploitation of farmers in Champaran or Bardoli, and we have to organize people and fight for justice. I think Gandhi, from the incident when he was thrown out of the train until the last, when he was killed, all through his life, he was a fighter. If he believed on certain things, he fought for it. So that is, I think, we are lacking. We need some courage. We need courage and to identify certain things and fight for it, because it cannot go, poverty and affluence is going on side by side, violence and non-violence going side by side, so it cannot, this is not the Gandhian way.
Thank you.
as,
Yeah, go ahead.
as Sam said, I have bad throat.
Yeah,
So
sure.
as Sam said, we have to adopt those values, those principles, and act upon them.
Thank you. I think that's a great thesis what you have put forward. And I'll invite Prem Prakash next. Prem Prakash, we are not able to see your camera. Okay, now we can see you. So
जी जी
go ahead.
जी
Why don't you speak about how Gandhi is relevant? maybe if you can, we are on the top of the hour. So if you can give a quick summary, we can end the call.
या सबसे पहले तो मैं यहाँ पे आप सभी लोगों को नमस्कार, और ये सैम साहब के प्रति मैं अपनी कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करना चाहूँगा। सैम साहब जब हम लोग बड़े हो रहे थे, जवान हो रहे थे, तब के हमारे नेशनल इंटरनेशनल आइकॉन रहे हैं। हमारे आसपास की कई पीढ़ियों के हीरो रहे हैं सैम साहब। तो सैम साहब के साथ शो शेयर करना, देख के, महसूस करके सुखद लग रहा है। विषय पर यह है कि गांधी की प्रासंगिकता पर हम लोग जब चर्चा करते हैं तो एक निवेदन ये है, क्षमा करेंगे, संस्थाओं की तरफ से भी जब हम लोग सभाओं का, सेमिनारों का, मीटिंगों का विषय तय करते हैं ना, तो ये प्रासंगिकता का जो विषय है, रेलेवेंस का, उससे परहेज करना चाहिए। क्योंकि हम लोग जब ये सवाल खुद उठाते हैं ना, कई जगह पे, कई फोरम पे, टीवी शोज में भी गांधी की प्रासंगिकता पर, तो गांधी रेलेवेंट है क्या, गांधी की जरूरत है क्या? हम इस तरह का सवाल पूछते हैं जैसे कि ऑक्सीजन मनुष्य के जीवन के लिए एग्जिस्ट करती है कि नहीं करती है। जिस तरीके से हम ये मानते हैं कि जिस तरीके से ऑक्सीजन जरूरी है मनुष्य की जिंदगी के लिए, मनुष्य मात्र की, जीव मात्र की जिंदगी के लिए, उस तरह से उतना ही जरूरी है गांधी हमारी वैचारिक जिंदगी को मजबूत रखने के लिए, आज बिताने के लिए। तो गांधी ने किस जीवन का वो पहलू सोचे ना, किस पहलू में, किस क्षेत्र में, जीवन के किस क्षेत्र में गांधी का दखल नहीं है। खाना खाने के नियम उस आदमी ने रसोई घर के सामने लिख के टंगवाए। 2 औंस 3 औंस खाने की मात्रा लिख के बताई। तब खुले में शौच जाने का तरीका उन्होंने लिख के बताया, और बड़े से बड़े विषयों को छूते रहे। जीवन का वह कौन सा हिस्सा है, कौन सा पहलू है जो गांधी से अछूता है? तो गांधी की प्रासंगिकता का सवाल खड़ा ही कहाँ होता है। आज दुनिया कहाँ खड़ी है? बारूद के ढेर पे आज से 75 साल पहले ही उस आदमी ने आज का दिन तो देख लिया था ना। इस नाते गांधी की प्रासंगिकता का प्रश्न हमें नहीं उठाना चाहिए। गांधी तो जरूरी है, उसके पहलुओं को कैसे हम जीवन में शामिल करें, या जो संस्कारों में कहीं ना कहीं हम सबके बसा हुआ है उसको कैसे ऊपर ले आए, ये हमारा काम और हमारा ये विषय हो तो अच्छा है जी।
वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छी तरह से कहा आपने। थैंक यू
जी, थैंक यू।
Sam, we have a lot of interesting questions
Please.
around, but I don't know. We are on the top of the hour. Maybe we should. I should know. I can note it down and we can review it in on another week if you are okay. So,
No
but
problem.
I just want to Priyamata to ask this question. Go ahead, Priyamata. You are here.
थैंक यू शॉन, थैंक यू सर, और सभी को प्रणाम। मेरा एक सवाल है आप सभी से कि आज अगर गांधी जी आज के भारत के बारे में क्या सोचते? व्हाट वुड गांधी जी थिंक अबाउट टुडेज इंडिया? वुड इट बी हैप्पी, सैड, एंड ऑल्सो व्हाट मैसेज वुड यू गिव द यूथ? हाउ टू, जैसे कि अभी प्रेम कुमार जी ने कहा कि संस्कार कैसे हम ऊपर लाए, गांधी जी ने जो सिखाए थे पहले, मतलब तो आज के today's youth is like clueless about, and with the government defaming, demeaning Gandhi ji, on different platforms. So आपका क्या मैसेज है, like for all of you, आपका क्या मैसेज है? और गांधी जी अगर आज होते तो क्या सोचते भारत के बारे में?
Thank you. I'll start with Sam Pitroda and then I'll go around the table. But if you guys can brief 30 seconds to 1 minute, it's very tough, but just try. Sam.
Gandhiji would be a little bit disappointed, but Gandhiji will have all the hope. We'll have faith in our young. Gandhiji would have advised all of us to really focus on truth, trust, love, simplicity, sacrifice. Gandhiji would have given us direction so that we could follow in our own life some of these principles. I like the way our last speaker said that Gandhiji is the oxygen. And we should remind ourselves that Gandhi has to live in each one of us. Forget about all the media by the killers of Gandhi. What do you expect from them besides defaming Gandhi? At the end of the day, our own person, our own countrymen killed Gandhi. So what do you expect from them? So I'm not surprised that they are interested in defaming, because they are the one who killed Gandhi. Period. Why would I listen to them? That's my view.
I think that's a great summary, Sam. So, in fact, people like Martin Luther King, Michael Jackson, or Steve Jobs, many eminent personalities from different field, have taken Gandhi as his role model. Even Barack Obama have many a times quoted Gandhi.
Forget about all those guys. They don't impress me at all. Okay? So I'm not interested in people who are interested in power and politics. Talk about little fellow in India who is working with the poor. Talk about people who work with women in India, with children in India. They are my heroes, and not Steve Jobs or Barack Obama. I can tell you that. Okay, this is the problem with our society. Okay, that we don't see Gandhi in ordinary people. We don't see Gandhi with people who live and work on the streets. We want to see Gandhi in Elon Musk. Forget it. It's all fake Gandhi.
Maybe
Okay?
they quote for the politics' sake.
So I do not want to talk about that at all. Pardon me for getting little, upset. But I want to see Gandhi in ordinary people like us. Okay.
Sure.
Okay, guys, go ahead. I have to take this call.
Sure, sounds good. So you can mute yourself, sir. So I think I have one question, last question. Maybe I think one of you can take. So travel was very important part of Gandhiji's whole kind of journey. So kind of way he got entire India together. So I think the Satyagraha Yatra, what he took, where he sent a lot of messages, non-violence, and many other important messages to the entire country to fight British Raj. So I think somebody like Rahul Gandhi, who may not be Mahatma, but who is also trying the pursuit of uniting India, doing Bharat Jodo Yatra, Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. So, are you any of you are seeing any parallels or any kind of Rahul trying to get onto the path of the Satyagraha Yatra or the pursuit of truth, whatever Gandhi took? Anybody seeing any parallels or want to quote anything on whether he's doing the relevant thing on the Gandhi's path or whether he can do something better? Any one of you? Maybe I'll start with Animik Shah in case if you have a brief response. Go ahead, Animik Shahji. You can unmute yourself and can answer. You are on mute actually.
See,
Yeah.
Rahul is fighting for the political cause, and what has happened in country in last 10 years on constitution, on judiciary, on bureaucracy, on various front. So the way in which he has started and get momentum and acceptance is a surprise to many, his supporter as well as his opponents. But uh, the time will say the ultimate things. But I think that it's a very positive sign that the in democracy opposition must be much stronger than what it is today, and it has attracted overall a good number of youths and rejuvenate the political forces which were rather very much disappointed and dissipated. So some we can see some light on his functioning and his approach to the people, a direct action, and whatever he feels that this is wrong, he will say spade a spade.
Awesome.
Right?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Animik.
Now
The
I just
last-
want to add a few things.
Yeah, please.
Priyambada is here. She has asked some questions.
Yes.
And meanwhile, I have forwarded you few important books.
Sure.
And these books are so relevant that it is a 100-year-old book, but it is very important to understand Gandhi in current context. There are many articles on Gandhi's 18 programs, constructive program and SDG goals. But forget it. Let us have the original readings by the true Gandhians and economists. And I have forwarded a few books to you. And I hope that, son, please see that it will reach to all of our friends. Some
Sure.
of the books are known to all, but I think that it will be very useful for Priyamvada and many people who are first time. Though
Sure.
we know that in Sabarmati Ashram portal, you can find each and every book which is required for that, but sometimes we don't notice a particular topics. So I have selected books are sent to you.
Sure. Thank you, Animiki. So,
Um, and can
Bala,
I?
yeah, go
Can
ahead,
I?
Bala. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead, Bala.
To answer Premata, Gandhi being a very down to earth kind of, I would say people call it as Bania, he would have said that there are a lot of good things have happened in India. With 33 years of life expectancy in 1947, we have moved to 73 years. We have eradicated malaria, we have eradicated chickenpox, smallpox, we have eradicated polio. All of these things were done by the government and the larger group together. Those things should have appreciated. He would have experimented. He would have highlighted an experiment which is happening in Gadchiroli by a doctor couple called Abhay Bang and Rani Bang, who trained the tribal woman to become to deliver good quality maternity and child care in the inaccessible areas of Gadchiroli forest. But he would have been working in Manipur, as one of our colleagues said. So that is what Gandhi would have done. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ramda Tiripati, you want to
And
add anything?
yeah, I'll just add one book.
Sure, sure.
I don't know about. So there is a book called The Power of Nonviolence, written by Richard Gregg. It was written in 1933-34. He was an American activist who came and lived with Gandhi for 3-4 years, observed him, and that logically and with the available scientific concepts of those age, he has clearly deconstructed Gandhi's principles, why it is scientifically a valid and probably the best way to handle human problems. Amazingly clear and very relevant thing to for and youngsters like Premata will find it very interesting to read.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Bala. Ramda Tiripati ji. So, you want to take any one of the question asked by Priyamata? How any lessons we can learn from Gandhi ji, or even now, what are you seeing as parallel on the yatras? So, Ramdat, you are on mute.
Yes, I think Rahul Gandhi has a role as a politician and particularly being leader of the Congress party, which was involved in the freedom struggle. And of course, Gandhi was the leader of the freedom struggle. But unfortunately, Congress party itself has distanced from Gandhian methods, Gandhian principles, and Gandhian philosophy. It is good that ultimately somehow Rahul Gandhi realized that you can derive your strength only by going to the people and organizing to the people, directly connecting to the people. And I think I appreciate. And that one step has given uh, quite lots of strength, not only to the opposition party, but also I think it has to some extent removed fear from the society, because at present the regime, the government is taking all steps just to shut your mouth, whether it is Sonam Wangchuk or anybody. So this government doesn't want to listen people, and the government wants to threaten everybody with the jail and other consequences. And I think Rahul Gandhi, to some extent, has succeeded in removing the fear of this arbitrary authority from the minds of the people. So that is good contribution.
Awesome.
And he needs to do more. He needs to do more. Particularly, he needs to restore the Congress party policies, which were, I think, derailed or gone wrong during Narasimha Rao period, or you can say Dr. Manmohan Singh, or later on, because Congress has drifted from the Gandhian policies, economic policies, social policies, education policies, and especially the economic policies the present government is pursuing is all floated and initiated by Congress itself. So the liberalization, so-called liberalization, has caused havoc in India, and I think Rahul Gandhi needs to correct that. I think
Sure.
the course correction is required in the policies.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that was a great answer. CP Joseph, I don't know whether you want to take this question. I just want to, I was asking around Gandhiji took Satyagraha Yatra. Rahul is trying now Bharat Jodo Yatra and Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. So the travel, both the travels are at least becoming some epicenter of the country in our different kind of stages of the nation. So are you seeing any parallels? So Rahul may not be certainly Mahatma Gandhi, but still, are you seeing any parallels or kind of any attempt coming closer to kind of rejuvenate the country? CB Joseph, you want to answer? So you are on mute, CB. Yes, sir.
I was in another meeting. I
Yeah,
did
yes.
not know what the discussion went on.
No, we were just asking questions and we were
Okay.
going.
See, this yatra led by Rahul Gandhi is important because he was trying to reconnect with the people of the country. He became a real leader through these yatras. There cannot be any comparison between the yatras of Vinod Bhave or Rahul Gandhi. But any politician who would like to know what India is and to connect with the people, yatras traveling the breadth and length of the country is significant. See, otherwise they are sitting in the ivory towers. But when you walk throughout the country, you understand what this country is. Jokingly, people will say, I have all respect for Jawaharlal Nehru, that Gandhi did not have to discover India. Jawaharlal has to discover India. And Gandhi knows, I'll say, Rahul Gandhi really discovered India through these journeys, and there cannot be any comparison between. But I'll say all the politicians, irrespective of their political colors, hues, they should undertake, and they should understand what the reality is. And they should understand the reality is. That is very significant to know what the country is. We have to travel the nook and corner of the country. We should understand the aspirations of the people and to be with them, not with high security. But when you are with the people, you understand what the problem is, and you will be able to suggest and understand, introspect, and place before the country. And therefore, it should not be to any political party. It should be a practice of all political parties. If they undertake such yatras, they will be able to understand India is a country is with such variety and you see an all-inclusive India. If you want to have an all-inclusive vision of India, this yatra will help. And I am very much fascinated by such yatras because see, such yatras will help us to understand what India is, because this is such a heterogeneous country having various religions, various cultures. How Gandhi entered into the political scene of this country, taking the advice of Gopala Krishna Gokhale, For 1 year, he was traveling the country. Even after having his successful culmination of Satyagraha struggles and more than 2 decades of work in South Africa, he was trying to understand what India is. Then he blasted in his first address in 1916 at the Benares in the university. I am reminded because I was this 30th, I was in Mahala Mahavidyalaya of Benares in the university. That is why I just referred to it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Sid.
you.
And
I'm
I
sorry
want to ask.
of the discussion due to some other meetings.
No issues, Siddhi. Sam, I was asking around all the speakers answered. Maybe you can look at that. Are they seeing any parallels of Satyagraha Yatra and the Yatra what Rahul is doing, Bharat Jodo Yatra? It may not be comparable, but the country and also somebody who's really passionate to solve the problem is making an attempt at least to travel across the length and breadth of the country to understand, listen. So, what are the inferences we can make out of this two different yatras at the different stages of the country? Sam, you are on mute, Sam.
Yeah. All yatras are all about connecting with people, listening to their voices, getting to see the feel and the mood of the country. Gandhiji's time was very different because the goal was very clear. Goal was
Independence.
to get independent. Goal was to get rid of enemy. An enemy was visible, white, most probably with a gun or a pen. Both were very powerful instruments. Today, enemy is within. Enemy is difficult to identify. Enemy can be on both sides. Enemy is like me. Any enemy lives in their mind. Okay. All those people who argue and try to, defame Gandhi is an enemy for me. Now, I may be right, I may be wrong, but that's how I feel. Okay. Some people will say it's okay, I'm willing to listen to them. Okay. That's also fine. But the point is, times are very different. And as a result, tools have to be different too. Techniques have to be different. Strategy has to be different. Yeah. At the end of the day, we want democracy to thrive. We want society to be open, transparent, fair. We need to focus on equity. I mean, what are the real issues? The real issue is one, respect the other human being. Have dignity in discourse. That's the first fundamental thing. To respect other human being, you got to treat them on equal platform. Whether he's Harijan or Brahmin or Muslim or Christian, man, women, boy, poor, rich, all have to be treated with great deal of respect. That's the fundamental Gandhian way. How many people can do that? How many treat their driver with respect? In this day and age, how can you have somebody serving you? That's not Gandhian. You tell somebody, get me a cup of tea. It's not Gandhian to me. Okay? I do my own work. Believe me, you'll be surprised. I sweep floor every day, 360 days. First thing I do in the morning is sweep my floor. Not that I'm great, not that somebody asked me to do it, but that brings me to the ground. Okay. So I think we need to really learn from Gandhi many, many things. And these arguments on TV and all that stuff on Gandhi don't interest me. I have no interest in talking to them. Too bad. Okay. So Gandhi has to live in each one of us. And enough of us with Gandhian thought, Gandhian approach, will make all the difference in India. I mean, look at today in Gandhi's 155th birth anniversary. We have people, scavengers in India. That's not Gandhian. Why can't we make their lives better? Why can't we use robots and technology that we need to really get them out and bring them to respectable standard? That is Gandhian. I would rather not have high-speed train. Take that money and make sure there are no scavengers in India. I would rather build one less road, okay, and make sure that people don't have to do that work anymore. That's Gandhian. But anyway, I can go on and on, so don't get me on it.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. And I think it was a very great discussion today. Maybe, as you correctly mentioned, we should follow it up with a series of talks. Maybe we will work with this group of thinkers privately to understand what are the topics we should be discussing in Gandhian
I
philosophy.
think we should bring each one of these people one by one. For example, Bala talked about the Eye Institute. I know about the Eye Institute. I know the great work they are doing. I think it deserves a session where you can also show some slides and, sort of how they do it, because that's a big service.
Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, Anamik Bhai can talk about education, others here can talk about various topics. Let's do that. I would rather have a series of conversations on Gandhi for next 8-10 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good, Sam. I think that is a great thing, and thanks to everybody. All of you are very privileged people, very important, doing great service to the country, nation, and the world. So you taking time out of a busy schedule on a very short notice. Thanks. I want to surprise Sam Pitroda.
Thanks.
Getting
I'm
all of
also
you.
surprised. Thank you, Sean, and thank you, Premvada.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Be in
Bye.
touch.
Bye.
Sir, you're going to also bring in Mashelkar, sir, right? You said.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
do that. I'll do
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ram, I just want to inform you that during this 2nd October, Gandhi's parental house, where it is a very small place, so not more than 100 people can assemble. But
In Porbandar.
no, in Rajkot.
Oh, Rajkot. Oh,
जहाँ गांधी बिगड़े भी और सुधरे भी,
I see.
उनकी आत्मकथा के जो स्कूल डेज हैं वो पूरा राजकोट में है.
Okay.
So we had an opportunity to hear online. The sheriff of Mumbai was in Bardoli jail with his mother when he was 6 months old.
Wow.
And then he was with Gandhi for more than 15 to 20 days when Gandhi left Pune, Aga Khan Palace, and stayed at Sumati Moraji's place. But incidentally, he couldn't come, and we have a wonderful person, a scientist, Dr. J.J. Rawal, Nehru Planetarium. And he spoke about Gandhi as a scientist from top to bottom, and he gave a wonderful lecture to the audience.
Can you send a video to me, please?
I can send video of this. The other video is not with us, but I will try to get if it is.
I would like to hear about his views on Gandhi and science.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Great.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Thank you. Namaskar.